Twice a year, the Ottawa Fire Service does a very special exercise for its frontline firefighters. They light a number of fires, wait until they're out, and then see if the firefighters can figure out how they started and whether or not they're suspicious. I'm in one of those fires now. This is a couch fire here in a portable trailer. This is the burned couch behind me. The reason they do this is because the number one job of firefighters is to make sure that lives are safe. Number two is fire suppression, putting the fire out. Number three is protecting the scene, protecting the evidence. So firefighters have to learn a proper balance between making sure they get the important part of their job done, but at the same time, not destroying evidence, so investigators can figure out how this started in the first place.
We could be dealing with a fire crime, so that's one of the most important aspects of it. But fundamentally, as prevention officers, we're mandated under law to provide basically a risk assessment of the community. And that's why we do this. We need to know why fire started, where they started, how they propagated, how they built, all that stuff. And then we report that back, and suppression and all the other divisions use that information.
This is the inside of one of two portable trailers divided up into 2 units each. So they had 4 different fires set up for people to figure out how they started. This one is one of 2 that were arsons. In fact, they won't tell me how this one started, but it's meant to be a bedroom. You can see there's a melted super soaker here. The bed is completely trashed. The table, I said, they won't tell me how this one was started. This is my personal favorite of the 4 scenarios that the firefighters had to figure out the cause of. This is meant to be a porch fire. And here's how it went down. This is a porch light. There's a piece of glass that was missing from the porch light. Inside the porch light, robins built a nest. Somebody left the light on overnight. It heated up the bird's nest, fell down below into a recycling bin, and then lit the wall and the entire porch on fire. Now, if you were a firefighter and you came in to take a look at this, do you think you'd be able to figure that out for yourself?
You know, the scene speaks to us. One of our investigators has a line, right? He says, you know, everyone sees ashes, we see answers. And that's what we're looking at here. See that white thing on the carpet under the table? That's what we call a clue. That's the cap on a road fuse, or a road flare, sorry. So when we find that in a fire scene, you would normally have road flares in your living room.
So this is another arson then?
Yeah, this would be another arson. This is an accidental kitchen fire. So this is actually would be an appliance that had failed. I believe it's a kettle where the thermocoupler was removed, and so it was allowed to overheat. And basically that's just a faulty appliance fire. We'll never take away from their primary role, which is to suppress the fire. We're just providing this education, let them know that while you're in there, be observant, look around, make mental note, because we're going to need your help afterwards. And our role is so that we can educate enough people so that maybe one day in the future, they don't have to come into these anymore.
In Barrhaven, Doug Hempstead for Sun News.
But there is a road flare in there.
Oh, right, I can see it just underneath.
Yeah.
The